I just picked one up one day and started reading it, and I was hooked. I just loved the atmosphere, that it was a little spooky, a little scary, but nothing too over the top, and trying to figure out who the bad guy was. I loved it. My name is Christy Barritt, and I write mystery and suspense novels. Going back to my childhood days when I used to read Nancy Drew and Trixie Belden, it's always been what I've loved, so it's been the only thing I can really imagine writing. It's nice to write what you love to read, and mystery and suspense novels are definitely what I've always loved. Since I started to seriously try to get published, it's been 25 years. I mean, like, my old youth minister told me that back when I was in his youth group, I was probably like in 5th grade, that I wanted to be a writer, and I was writing stories about Myrtle the turtle and different things like that. But in high school is really when I was like, this is what I really love to do. But it's not one of those things where you go to college, you get a degree, and then you find a career. You know, it's something where you write books and you hope you get picked up by a publisher. I wrote some books and I submitted them to publishers back then. Got rejected. I kept on doing that after I graduated college. Probably had 12 to 15 manuscripts that I wrote and that were rejected before I actually ever got my first contract. And then I got the first contract, had some books come out. They didn't do as well as the publisher wanted. I lost that contract. So it's definitely been like a roller coaster ride to get to the point where I'm at. But really, and I feel old saying this, but since I started to seriously try to get published, it's been 25 years. Sometimes I think people think that success happens overnight because they only see parts of it. I talk to a lot of people when they find out I'm a writer, they're like, oh, I want to write a book. The disconnect that I see is that so many people want to write books, but they don't actually ever sit down and try to write the book, then do it. Like, make time. Even if it's only a couple hours a week or whatever it is. Like, the very first step to being a writer is to actually write. And then the next step is to actually complete what you write, because I will see some people that start and they realize, this is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought I was just going to whip this out and it was going to be a bestseller, but this is actually going to take some time. People don't see all the rejections and all the tears and all the classes and conferences and all the critiques that I got just trying to become a better writer. So yeah, it was a long road, but I'm so blessed to be where I'm at right now. My husband has been a huge supporter even when I wasn't making any money. He worked as a teacher for, I believe, 16 years, so I'm sure he could have used a job for me that would have paid a lot more bills, but he never pushed me to do that. When I started making money as a writer, we kind of flipped it around because now I'm making more than he is, and I'm able to pay our bills while he does a career that he's very passionate about that maybe doesn't bring in a ton of money, which is okay. Like, all of these years he was really called to youth ministry. In every book you have a character who's working through some type of situation, whether it's danger, a crisis of faith, grief, whatever they're working through. There's no way I can write a book and conclude it without using God and faith, because every hard situation I've been through in my life, the only thing that's gotten me through that has been my faith in God. It's so important to me in my life, you know, that it's super important that my characters move in that direction of faith and toward God and toward a relationship with Him. If I were to give advice to somebody who had a crazy dream that they wanted to pursue, well, I would say go for it, because it may not happen all at once, and it may not be like, oh, I can quit my job and I can just do what I love and make a living at it and everything's going to be sunshine and roses. That might not be the case. Like I was talking about earlier, you know, it's been like really 25 years for me to get to this point, and I've taken a lot of like odd jobs, you know, in the meantime, and jobs that I've learned a lot from, but that weren't exactly what I wanted to do in the process. But I was always, all along, working toward that goal. And writing is something that I have felt, not only was it like my desire, but it was also, I felt like something God was calling me to do. And so I really wanted to be faithful to God's calling in my life. And one thing that makes me really sad is, you know, I work with a lot of teens at church, and when I hear them saying that they are only picking their jobs in the future because of what's going to make them the most money. And it makes me sad, because money doesn't fulfill you. Money doesn't make you happy. People think that that's what they should go for, that that's what's going to make their life complete. And money does help with things. It helps, you pay your bills and it helps you go on vacations and things like that, which is great. But if you're looking for fulfillment, then you need to look inside you to the gifts that God has given you and just try to follow after those and be faithful to them. And like I said, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be the straight path right to where you want to be and to finding success at what you want to do. But I really feel like you can follow your dreams and have that purpose that God has given you in your life and remain faithful to that. And just know that maybe the money won't always be there and sometimes you have to do things to supplement it. But I think that when we're faithful to what God's asked us to do, that He's also faithful to us to take care of us.